Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And once again, we are joined by our good friend Clocky from Sent from Disneyland.
Hello.
That's who this is.
That is. He's just been sitting here.
Oh my god.
From 2 weeks ago.
This whole time I was really afraid to ask.
Pointing at the screen.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what this guy's been doing here, but you've been sharing kibble with Tiana, like for sure.
Speaking of what people are doing, what should people do, Katie?
Go eat kibble with Tiana in
No,
the chat.
wrong answer. Try again.
Oh, sorry. We only have enough food to last Clocky and Tiana. You should go into the chat and tell us, who do you personally think is going to be the Muppet of the week this
And who was the Muppet of the Week this last week?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Was it
Joe from
It was
Legal.
Joe from Legal?
Yeah,
Like,
it was-
legitimately? I definitely thought that was last week. Like, not
like
not
yeah.
3 days
No,
ago.
this
or
is-
not 4
this
days
is
ago,
legit.
but 11
Like,
days ago.
this is where we're at.
I love Joe from Legal.
All right, Katie, who do you think should be this week?
Why isn't Snoopy a Muppet? I'm going to say... Is it Fufu? I'm going to say Fufu. Again.
Okay. Clocky,
Oh, Sweetums.
Tweetums, and I'm going to stick with Bobo the Bear. One of us might be right some week, but probably not. You never know. Let us know who you think.
Who do you guys think
I
should be
see.
the Muppet of the week?
I see maybe Scooter, but you never know. It could be anybody.
I have a handheld microphone, so...
Uncle Deadly.
Uncle Deadly.
There is a very good choice. If it ever
We're
pops
coming
up.
up on Earth Day.
Thank you so much for... who's an Earth Muppet? Is there like a tree Muppet?
But they already did Janice.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Janice is very much like...
Is there like a different... is there a
Um,
Muppet who is a tree?
Could be...
Oh,
He broke out.
Who do you think?
could be like the just singing fruit.
Oh,
Does this have names?
sure. Why not?
They've done weirder.
What if we got to like really... I know that they are not the Muppets registered trademark. What if we got into like things that were just created by Muppet?
The Jim Henson.
Oh,
Like-
depends. Yeah, in
yeah.
general.
Like, oh, and now it's Labyrinth. Like,
Just randomly.
yeah.
That would be kind of cool, though. I don't know.
And now all of a sudden it's a Fraggle.
They could do a Fraggle.
I mean, they can't because Disney would not sell merchandise with a Fraggle on it.
Yeah, that'd be the trick.
And this the whole thing is just sell merchandise.
Actually, I'll have you know, I was at the park today. Did not see a magnet for Joe from Legal, which either means they didn't have it yet or it was sold out.
Well, you know what you have to do with the magnets, right?
Collect all of them.
No,
So
they
you
have to get
go
printed.
to a kiosk. You have to put in an order.
Oh,
You know the magnets that like, or the magnets. Sorry, you know the kiosk that used to be in Launch Bay that you could like print a
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
case.
It's
one of
basically
those.
those.
one of those.
Oh.
There's one in Carsland.
It's that one and then the one in Launch Bay are the only ones that exist.
Well, it might be in Star Trader now.
Or
Star Trader.
it's they moved to Star Trader.
Or was
Sorry,
it-
Launch Bay doesn't exist.
Was
And
it
there's
Star
one
Trader or
in-
was it across the way at the Buzz Lightyear?
It might be.
It's over there
You can
somewhere.
only buy one at a time. So the first week when they had 4 out.
What about Bean Bunny since it's Easter?
Oh, maybe Bean.
maybe? How about Muppet Jim Henson? Because that's close.
That might be.
Is it Easter Bunny? Oh. Okay. All right. Well, we've got a few guesses. We'll see if anybody's right this week. Has anybody been right any week yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
We love it.
I think we're playing the game wrong. We really just need to have like all of the Muppets on the wall there, so that we could just look up and be like,
I see one Muppet.
that one. There
So,
is
the
a
problem
Kermit
is-
up there.
Kermit, like Kermit's everywhere.
There's a few Kermits in here, but you know,
Figment's not a Muppet.
no. Electric Mayhem's behind you.
They've almost been all. Everyone from Electric Mayhem? No, Lips hasn't yet.
Yeah, Lips, I think, is the only one that hasn't. Anyway, all right, we're going to move right along because Muppets. Yesterday, we got a ton of news about the Disney Destiny, which is going to be the next Disney Cruise Line ship to join the fleet. And it is themed to, let's talk about the theme first, actually. Heroes and villains, but only from Disney and Marvel. Not from Star Wars. You're not a fan of this, huh? Why?
I don't think Heroes and Villains is a compelling theme.
Really?
I don't. I think Villains Land is very boring for Magic Kingdom. I have no interest in the Villains show at Hollywood Studios. Like, it's something for me. It is so. If anybody in the chat was ever in ASB, you know how everybody, their first idea for prom is like an Under the Sea themed prom?
No.
Okay. So whenever somebody's throwing a prom, the first theme is always like, Under the Sea, a magical night under the stars. Like, whatever. To me, it's like, it's that, but for like Disney theming. I don't love Heroes and Villains. I think it's boring.
See, my favorite prom theme is A Night to Remember, because that is also the name of a movie about the Titanic. So also Under the Sea.
It's a Titanic.
So back to
theme.
Heroes and Villain. I think the whole point behind it is the kind of tug and pull between
Sure.
the light side and the dark side,
about
just
Pixar
not using the light side and the dark side.
Pixar villains.
Interesting. I don't think I saw anything for...
I don't think there's any Pixar. I think it's mainly Disney and Marvel, which makes me wonder, like, to me, this is a very targeted ship. Like, this is made for a certain demographic. And I think it's an interesting thing because I don't know that any of us are particularly that demographic. I do think if we were like people a little bit older than us with kids that are much younger than us, is exactly that demographic. But I'm also very intrigued by Disney's Hercules. Like, I would love to see the Hercules stage show. Like, to me, that looks really cool. The Loki taking over the Grand Hall thing looks really fun. And I think there's individual elements of the ship beyond just the theme that I'm like, oh, I can get behind that. But the theme in itself sounds very, like, it kind of sounds very 90s to me.
Is it supposed to go anywhere that it's not, that they're not already going to?
I don't think so. It's not like the Singapore ship, the Disney Adventure,
so
which comes out a month later.
To me, they're trying to peel off the audience. They'll see what works and go from there.
So my guess is that this is from play tests of like Marvel Day at Sea or something. Like,
which are ridiculously popular.
Exactly. So these are probably very successful things. They took guest feedback. They do guest services. And there was no medieval references at all in the entire prom. And both proms I went to were ocean themed because one was at the Aquarium of the Pacific and the other one was at the Ocean Institute in Dana Point.
And you live in California pretty close to the beach, so
okay, but
it
also,
all makes
like,
sense.
You've seen Back to the Future.
The Enchantment of the Sea Dance.
Enchantment of the Sea Dance. Anyway, I'm guessing that they responded, like, guests responded to surveys for Marvel Day at Sea, and they were extremely positive. But also, like, when guests are booking Marvel Day at Sea cruises, they're not doing that accidentally. They're doing that very intentionally.
Yeah.
And so you're also getting kind of skewed feedback. I am not a Disney fan that thinks everything needs to be for me. I know that this is for somebody else. And I am totally okay with that. Like, I think that there's some other ships that are very princessy and glittery and very fun, very me.
So here's my question. You get to go on one ship that's a Disney Cruise Line ship. Which one and which theme is the one that most intrigues you currently?
I don't know all of their themes. Johnny, which one's the princess one? I think I like the look of the Wish.
Okay.
I remember there being, like, pretty things on the Wish. But anyway, Johnny, which one would I like? Johnny, tell me.
We will see. You don't have to have an answer.
If I was forced, because I know my answer to this, it would be Wish. Wish is the one with the Haunted Mansion themed.
That's Treasure.
Treasure. Okay.
Which honestly, at the moment, is the one I really want to go on.
Treasure, if I had to, but I wouldn't go on a ship. The only ship I like are friendships.
Aww. So we got a first look at Minnie in her new superhero costume. You like the costume? She
is giving to me. I'm not trying to be a hater. Don't ask me questions. She's giving, like, Disney Junior Spidey and Friends.
Which is funny because Spider-Man is the sculpture on the back of the ship, so it's all connected. It's good. They're also going to have a dining experience that you get to experience the Lion King, which I think it's kind of amazing that they're not Disney Adventure. Maybe it is on Disney Adventure now that I think about it.
To really tie in the heroes and villains type thing for the dining experience, There is a stampede, a wildebeest stampede, about halfway through dinner before the desserts. It's pretty dark.
I thought the stampede was when they tell you it's actually a buffet.
But yeah, no, it is.
Okay.
What are you scratching?
Good morning.
Yeah. I think that she should get a real hero costume first
Okay.
and foremost. But yeah, I. They also, each night they throw one person out of the room, out of the dining room, and they go.
So what do you really think about a Lion King dinner, though? Like, to me, of all of the different stories, whether it's Frozen, whatever, this is the one that intrigues me the most. I also grew up in an era where the Lion King was a huge deal.
See, and I was gonna say, as a child of the '90s, I'm tired of Lion King. Don't look at me like that.
She wants to walk off the ship. What do you think of Lion King?
Sure. I don't know what you gain from it food-wise.
So that's really fascinating. So they're going African food, and they were very... I guess they were very particular in the way they worded it to say that, yes, this is African-inspired food, but we're not going too far, so people are going to still be comfortable eating it.
So it's not too adventurous.
Yes.
Just chicken fingers.
It looked...
But they're going to call it Simba's chicken fingers.
Right, yeah.
It looked a little bit more than like what you would normally get at a Disney theme park or in a hotel, but it also...
But it's no North African chicken breast that's at Carthay.
Quite possible.
I would love that. But I think if they...
I'm listening.
Okay. I think if they went that direction inspired of flavors, because I'm a relatively safe eater. And I mean, less so in the last 5 years. Like, I think I've really gained a lot of whatever. I'm still not the most exciting eater in the world. And like, those are flavor profiles that I think are really rad and also work for general audiences.
Okay, so what do you guys think of the piano bar with Cruella?
Incredible.
Good.
What?
I want the ship to win on something.
No, I think a Cruella DeVille piano bar is genius.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, hit me with it. What's the issue?
You don't? Uh-oh.
Give me Ursula.
Yeah. Honestly,
Maybe that's still coming though.
She wants your voice.
Or I need like...
That's the karaoke bar.
Fair.
I mean
if you're gonna
which
have
might
one,
be the same thing on
Actually,
some ships.
So wait, I'm so sorry. I just had a revolutionary idea. Please,
here we go.
forgive me. I'm thinking a room in the ship. We could call it. Sorry, this is a temporary name. Ursula's Grotto or something like that. You could do like scenes. Are you checking?
From the movie?
Are you checking? Oh my God, you're right there with me.
It was right there.
You could do right there. You could do scenes from a movie. The lines come up on the screen. It's kind of like karaoke, but like you're acting.
But you hear it first. And then
so
and then you say it.
You know the delivery. Exactly. And then that was so scary. The dog is terrifying. And then you get to watch the clip at the end.
But it's your voice.
But it's your voice.
Instead of...
And you're in a Disney movie.
Wow.
And Ursula took your voice.
I love the Yzma piano bar idea too.
Oh, Yzma, yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of characters...
But I want Kronk spinach puffs.
Well, and that's where we missed out on food.
It's so true, because if we had an Emperor's New Groove restaurant, there's a lot of food to draw from.
So back to DeVille's.
Okay, I get why they like the name.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Cruella, she doesn't sing. She doesn't sing her own song.
True, but does that matter? Because it's a piano bar, not a singing.
Does she play the piano?
Oh, she doesn't play the piano either.
So
Roger plays
it looks like, from what I was seeing,
Rogers
is Cruella, Dr. Facilier, Maleficent, Loki, and I think there was one other villains are going to be basically wandering around the ship, creating moments that carry on their story. So like Loki thinks he owns the ship and runs the ship and everybody's doing his bidding. Maybe. And Cruella's doing her things and Dr. Facilier is doing card tricks and sleight of hand stuff. So I have a feeling it would not be completely surprising if she shows up. I also would not be surprised if basically it's just themed in stylistic to her and we never see her.
We never see her.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
although I would love to see Cruella laying across a grand piano.
Giant fur.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it'd be perfect.
Black and white keys.
I mean,
Yeah.
if that promotional shot doesn't happen, it's almost a
silly.
travesty.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to happen. Of the villains and the heroes that you can think of, who would you most want to see on a cruise? Who would you want to go on a cruise with?
Well, Loki's already there.
It could be one that we already know is going to be there. It could also be one that they haven't mentioned. So, like, Black Panthers, we already know is going to be on there. Spider-Man, we know is going to be on there, which are on the heroes' side.
Oh, there you go. Kingpin. Just walking down the hall. You sit at Kingpin's table as if it's like the captain's table.
Bring me Kingpin.
Or the three villains from the Boatniks.
Oh, I like that's
The criminals.
what's his name? Commodore.
Man,
I'm forgetting what he goes by. Yeah, that'd be funny.
A likely place for them to be on a ship.
right? On a boat.
On a boat, Nick.
So I'm pretty sure this is not the ship for you guys.
Probably not.
No. Mainly because I think that I want to be totally sold on a ship if I'm going to go on a cruise.
Okay. There you go. All right, let's play a game then. If you want. You want to play a game? Let's do a game. All right, it is time for this or that, where people choose between this or that, and you can play at home as well. Let us know in the chat what you would choose and why, because it's not just the picking, it's also the why. So, Caitie and Clocky, are you ready to play this or that? Caitie, you get to go first.
Ooh.
Clocky will go second for the first one. There are 5, because that's what we do on Geeks Corner. We're going to start it off easy.
Okay.
This or that. Star Wars or Star Trek?
I knew this one.
And why? Yeah, you knew this one was coming.
That is really hard. I'm gonna say Star Wars.
And why?
There's always a hope that good is going to be at the end of the tunnel, that there may be really dark times, but at the end of the day, good is always going to overcome evil.
Okay, Clocky.
I'm going to go Star Wars as well. First, brand loyal. Second would be the world built is not something that the world that Star Trek built is nowhere where we're going in the direction yet. But on the other hand, the Star Wars world is its own thing. It lives in its own world. It doesn't conform to what's been going on this planet. I'm right here. We're not going to see Starfleet Academy built.
But I know a man from Iowa that would love to be. Isn't he supposed to be born in the next 30 years or something?
No, 100 years.
100 years, yeah. It's coming up though.
Oh, okay.
It's right about now is when Khan would start destroying the world, which you never know. The correct answer was Star Trek, but that's okay. Star Trek is all about optimism and hope for the future as well.
Yeah, I know. That's actually why when I was talking, you can roll back the tape. You can literally see me go, well, it's about how...
Oh.
Well...
No, I do think they both have a sense of optimism, but... all right, next one. Aladdin or The Lion King?
Aladdin.
And why?
Easy. Funny enough, as a child of the 90s, loved Aladdin, watched Aladdin and The Little Mermaid nonstop. I think Aladdin was one, we've already established I like princesses, sue me. I also think the songs of Aladdin are super duper fun. And I really like Robin Williams' performance in Aladdin really stuck out to me. I also did not see The Lion King until my 16th birthday.
Okay, Clocky.
Aladdin. first movie I had completely memorized.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Like word for
That's
word, all the
so
way
good.
through. I'm surprised the VHS I had was not ruined from
yeah.
watching it that many times. Also, Robin Williams' performance,
Mm-hmm.
the music. Elton John's music's great. There's some real
Yeah.
great songs in that.
Yeah.
But they are also so completely epic that it's like, well, no, I'm not listening to that. I'm listening
On
to
a
Friend
random-
Like I'm putting
yeah.
on Friend Like Me. I'm putting on One Jump. I'm putting on anything from Aladdin. Strong.
Steve from Full House.
Yes, right?
Yeah, you guys are right. Aladdin's
No.
the correct answer, I think.
We got this one.
What did you put for number?
Oh, I don't know. We're going
But
to find out in a sec.
You don't even know what it is yet. All right. Following up with that, it's a good thing you chose Aladdin because that's kind of where I was hoping it was going. Alan Menken or the Sherman Brothers, and why?
Oh.
I'll take this one quick. Sherman Brothers.
Okay.
Go for it. And why?
Where I love Alan Menken's music and what he has done and has continued to do, I feel like there is a theme, and granted, where the Sherman Brothers, I think, also has a certain sound to it. I feel like the Sherman Brothers' breadth of music is larger and just has a better feeling overall. It's a hard one, though.
Yeah, that was really difficult, mainly because I also love Menken's Broadway. That's hard. But Sherman Brothers, because while Alan Menken has written incredible music for Disney, I don't know that Alan Menken has written Tiki Room. I don't know that Alan Menken has written It's a Small World. Much less writing a third verse for It's a Small World. Like,
Yeah.
yes, we have been down a Sherman Brother. We were down a Sherman Brother for like 20 years. But even then, still doing incredible work. And I think that there is just, when you look back at theme park music, I think Sherman Brothers are just like this constant thread throughout people's memories.
I mean, it's interesting, though. There's some parallels between the two of them. Like, they both kind of usher in an era of
Absolutely.
Disney greatness in each in their own way. And then, thankfully, the Sherman Brothers continued to usher in that greatness throughout the course of their lives. And
But also Little Shop of Horrors. That was really hard for me. Like, that was so difficult to ask.
this one's fun, too, though. All right, this or that. The Muppet Show, or you don't even know what it's going to be yet. The Muppet Movie.
Muppet Movie.
Wait, the original Muppet movie?
The original Muppet Movie.
Muppet Movie.
The Muppet Show.
Yes! Go ahead, Katie. This is what I would hope to happen.
So the Muppet Movie, 1977, is one. If you ever want to rewatch that movie and you want to watch this with a really fun, like, rose-colored glasses, think of it in the realm of Daps Magic, because that is 100% like Daps Magic's existence. I love the story arcs of the characters. I also very much, every time things get bad, all the time, I always quote, "I have a dream too," and that's a dream about singing and dancing and making people happy. I also think that Magic Store Finale is the greatest Muppet song ever written. So, and I think there's an optimism at the beginning and optimism at the end. It all ties together with a nice bow. There's so many good gags. Yeah, Muppet Movie.
Okay, Clocky.
Muppet Show.
Yeah.
I
can't even argue.
I would say this one thing is because as much as I think you watched the Muppet movie, I watched Muppets Take Manhattan, and so that was my Muppet. That was my Muppet movie.
That was your Muppet movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but on the other side of it is the Muppet Show was the show I would watch, and how many guest stars? Yeah. And I will point to this one in specifically because one of the rules was once you were on, you couldn't be on again. Mm-hmm. John Cleese wanted to be on the Muppet Show so bad. And then they made the gag that he didn't want to be there. And so it was taking even those inside jokes of just like, oh, I don't want to be here. So they have him tied up to do the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
And just the character development that happened, how we watched Piggy grow, how we watched Kermit grow, what we saw with Gonzo.
And watching the puppets grow.
Watching the puppets grow.
Yeah.
Statler and Waldorf
voices.
Just
Yeah.
everything was. It's a hard one to beat.
So valid.
Of watching everything that's on Disney Plus. That's every single episode save 2 recently, and just going like, yeah, this holds up. And then just where I love the original songs.
Mm-hmm.
Them singing contemporary,
It's so
also
good.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, just any cover.
I mean, if they really want to do the Muppets right today, they literally just go back and rewatch the Muppet Show.
Yes.
They'll relaunch it, yeah.
But they have to use the formula from the original Muppet Show. Like, that means there's some risk involved. That's taking some edginess. That's
Letting them be
doing the
adults,
modern.
yeah.
Yeah, it's letting them be adults, and it's also letting them play. And
It's also letting celebrities near the Muppets that Disney might not necessarily love to.
yeah, what was it, Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper episode is solid.
Yeah,
I'll
it's a
watch
great
that
episode.
right now.
Like, and there's.
Put it on.
But
I was like, most of them are solid. Like, it's for a show that lasted as long as it did. Like, it's amazing it kept the quality.
right.
Like, it just keeps going. I think it has to be the Muppet Show, just because you can't have a Muppet movie without
That's so
the
true.
Muppet Show.
Yeah.
And
Chicken and
it
egg.
kind of leads to each other.
I
Eggs, because eggs were how dinosaurs hatched.
those are too expensive for my blood.
All right,
Down
final
this
one.
economy.
This one, I don't actually know. I have guesses on what answers will be. So, Space Mountain
Okay.
or Spaceship Earth,
Spaceship Earth.
and why?
Wait. Current state.
I didn't delineate. I
Yeah,
just said Space
California.
Mountain or Spaceship Earth. So you can pick.
Because if we're going Walt Disney World, Space Mountain, then I'm going to say Spaceship Earth. Even in its current state. But if we're going to say Disneyland Space Mountain.
So which one are you going to pick? I don't know. Because if you're going to go current, with that role, you'd have to say Hyperspace Mountain, technically.
Which is a solid overlay.
I
It
love
is.
Hyperspace Mountain.
But anyway, Space Mountain or Spaceship Earth. That's the... Do you have one, Clocky?
Space Mountain.
And why?
I don't think they update Spaceship Earth as much as they should. The fact that we've gone through narrators, I think that should be something that is refreshed more often. And I think that Space Mountain is one. It was my first roller coaster, and it holds up today as being a smooth, fun roller coaster. It's a solid. Is it the best roller coaster ever? No. Is it a solid B roller coaster that I go on every time? Yes.
There you go. Katie?
Space Mountain was also my first coaster. Fun fact.
Look at that.
1996. I'm going to say Spaceship Earth. I love the optimism and hope for the future. Wow, Katie's optimistic. Who would have guessed? I also say this with all the love in my heart. Walt Disney World, please update that attraction. I'm begging.
At least the track.
Or
Oh,
at least
Space
like
Mountain,
update
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spaceship Earth?
Oh,
The track? Oh, that's fair.
It's very squeaky.
Yes, that's actually the last time I got stuck on Spaceship Earth for like a half hour. All I could hear was noises. At least update the ending, please.
There you go.
to be more like Mission Space.
I want to spin
No,
so
So
hard
hard.
that there is G-force in Spaceship Earth. Okay, I want somebody to hit the golf ball. Anyway, I'm gonna say Spaceship Earth mainly because I think it's a really fun look at the history of humanity and also where humanity can go.
Okay.
I just wish we'd expand more on it.
Thanks, Venetians.
There you go. Which I'm wondering if they are, because it was interesting reading more about Test Track, and they're kind of taking an
Sponsored by
approach
GM.
for technology and moving or traveling in a way that reminds me of Spaceship Earth. So it makes me think like they're going back to the roots. Which case maybe Spaceship will be next. Spaceship Earth will be next. Who knows?
You know, I haven't.
All
written
right,
it since
speaking
that,
of what-
2020 refurb.
Yeah. So
God, so many things were dropped.
speaking of what is next, with our last
What's
minute
next?
in the show, but we'll go a little bit longer. We have Star Wars Celebration this week.
Yes.
What is your predictions on what comes out of Star Wars Celebration? Like, what's something big that you think we're going to get this week?
I don't even know what's on the table for Star Wars anymore.
Have we fully announced a new Rey, a fourth movie of the trilogy?
It's been announced, but we don't know where it's at.
Okay.
And we don't know if it's part of the... it's really starting something new, but yes.
We're gonna get Mando and Grogu stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think we're gonna get a
sure.
trailer for that.
Oh, yeah.
For
Or a
sure, for
teaser,
sure.
whatever it's gonna be.
I think
Whether we get to see it or not.
One of my favorite Star Wars Celebration Anaheim memories. I'm so sorry. Welcome to Geeks Corner Plus. Hi.
Oh, more of my Geeks Corner Plus shirt.
Yeah.
It's under here somewhere.
Okay.
Anyway, keep going.
One of my favorite Star Wars Celebration Anaheim memories was that I had never seen Clone Wars or Rebels, and I was in the panel where they showed the Ahsoka trailer, and I had to try and explain it to Daps, and he's like, "Katie, what did they show you? Katie, what did you see?" And I go, "I don't know. Everyone cheered." And he goes, "It's important." Like, he literally was like, "Lock in, Katie. What did you see?" And I'm like, "I don't know what I saw. There was a picture." And he goes, "A picture of what, Katie?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Trying to describe a trailer when you don't know what just happened is a really, really hard thing to do. Anyway, I actually, what Mr. Grand Cal Stanley just stole from me is I was gonna say, give me Bobby Frick. I want a movie. I don't want an origin movie. I just want a day in the life of Bobby Frick.
What about like a limited series, the likes of like Skeleton Crew?
Sure.
Because I think
But
that'd be really funny.
I don't want an origin.
No.
Really
Or
important.
Moving
what about,
forward.
What about shorts? Like
Yes.
Oh,
Bobby-
that actually
like
Perfect.
Forky's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would work, but
Like-
it has to be the live action.
But it's him just like,
not animated.
working on
Droid ready.
next.
And then like you get cameos from like R2, you get
Right.
cameos from 3PO, you get cameos from Chopper. I really want to see Chopper and Babu Frick together
That could be a funny.
Right.
because Chopper would commit crimes.
Because Babu Frick wouldn't. Come on.
And Babu,
Come on.
oh no.
So here's my
Babu Frick
question:
shoots first.
What day do you think the BDX droids go on stage? Since they were just at Tokyo Disneyland.
Day one.
Day one.
Yeah, I mean,
You think it's gonna be the opening ceremony? They're gonna come on with
March
like
on.
John Favreau. What?
Oh my God, Itzy. I've got Kathleen Kennedy on the phone.
I like that idea too.
Oh my God, Lion King 1.5. So sorry for the people that don't have the chat open. Which first of all,
There
what
we
are you
go. I put it up.
doing? Lion King 1.5, but Jar Jar Binks during Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, because what was that guy doing?
What was he doing?
I don't know that would be a short. I feel like that's an entire movie.
Lion King 1.5. That's an
Yeah.
entire movie.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I would not be surprised if we saw a new animated series announced at
I think we'll get
Celebration.
Skeleton Crew announced like season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah,
I
a
wouldn't-
full announcement with maybe even another star who's joining.
Yeah, I could see that. I also wouldn't be surprised if we got another movie announcement. Hopefully not with a date, because that just doesn't seem to work well.
I heard that Star Wars Celebration.
Another TV series.
We're gonna get Acolyte season 2, guys. I heard Acolyte season 2 is gonna be there.
We will see.
We'll see.
All right, we are in Geeks Corner Plus. If you have any comments or questions you'd like us to respond to, let us know in the chat, and we will try to do our best.
Let me have Acolyte season 2. You can't just show me Darth Plagueis the Wise and then not.
I mean,
show
honestly,
him to
I do
me.
want to see something with that part of it.
Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
And on the flip side, I kind of also like not knowing and leaving it in my in my imagination.
Or a Rashomon version where we get 4 different tales of what happened.
I actually kind of like that too. That would be very interesting.
Also, have you seen Mads Mikkelsen doing blind ranking 5 Star Wars characters?
No.
I also do hope, I think I saw it somewhere in the chat, I hope we get both of the brothers in Andor season 2. Because there is a chance that could happen.
What?
Confused.
Well, one of them,
Who's the brothers?
the Mikkelsen brothers. Yes.
Yeah.
One is in he's in that that Star Wars movie that you really love, that you kind of slept through most of it, but
Okay.
and the other one is
In Indiana Jones.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah.
Wait, is Mads Mikkelsen in Rogue One? Wait, I'm so sorry. Is Mads Mikkelsen in Rogue One?
So we're gonna watch the Alice Cooper episode. We're gonna watch the.
Which Star Wars
Rogue One.
series is your favorite so far? Great question. Katie, do you have a favorite Star Wars? Yeah, actually, I want to hear your answer, Katie. What's your favorite?
My answer. Why do you want to
What's-
hear my answer?
Because I'm curious, what is your favorite?
What is Sigma? I'm gonna say that is actually a toss-up between Skeleton Crew and Acolyte.
You like Acolyte that much?
I really, really liked Acolyte.
Uh,
I also am in love with Manny Jacinto, so
No.
he was super ripped. Okay,
What'd you think of Ahsoka?
I didn't like it.
It was too slow, right?
Yeah, it was. I don't. So my actual issue with Rogue One, 2, really sorry about this, guys, and also my issue with like most of Andor so far that I've watched. It's just like gritty, and I think that enough of the world is like gritty and dark and awful, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want like I'm supposed to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters. Like Skeleton Crew to me was the right level of like silly, while also like yeah, it has weight. Of course.
So you want less weight of the war and a little bit more personality driven,
Yeah.
or character driven, I guess. And
And to me, so like, it's like an Endgame type Marvel movie versus like a Captain Marvel type Marvel movie. Yes, there are stakes, and yes, there are things that are bad that are happening. Okay, let's all.
anyway, keep going with your thought.
Mi gente.
Keep going with your thought.
Okay. I think that it's like there is one weight that's like this is the end of the world and everything weighs on this versus like I was supposed to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters. Like it's
So you'd prefer Captain Marvel over Endgame? Is that what you're saying?
okay.
No, I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right track.
As in the grand. Okay, can everyone stop attacking me in the comments for like 2 seconds?
Remember, the podcast can't read comments,
Okay,
so you
I
have
know,
to
that's
say what's being
literally no. I'm being
said.
yelled
We see.
at.
Watch your mouth, Katie. Katie, you have to finish Andor.
Okay,
She will.
so-
We got.
Yeah,
a
I
week.
know. We're like we have 3 episodes left or something.
All right. So, what's your favorite?
I mean, Andor's up there. Just so I don't get
I should
attacked
have
in the
done
comments.
this or that with this.
He's like, I love Andor.
Andor.
What series do you love, Clocky?
I love Andor because it is part of the world, but it has nothing to do with Jedi.
Yeah, I also like things
So
that go away from
I think
Jedi.
that was a really good swing, and I feel the same way about Skeleton Crew. Is that it is its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is not tied to the Skywalker saga.
Mm-hmm.
It's its own thing that's going on. Andor, I think, had some really great episodes. I wanted Kenobi to be up there,
Oh, I loved Kenobi.
but I think they relied too much. I would say this: it's too much retconning to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, you worked with my father in Clone Wars. Oh, and that one time you saved me. Oh, spoiler
Mhm.
alert if you haven't watched that one yet.
It's
and
been 2 years.
So when I think about Kenobi, I think about specifically the finale of Kenobi, which I think is one of the best episodes.
Yeah, it was
of
a solid
Star
episode.
Wars. Period. Like if you're gonna take Star Wars series, you're gonna rank all the episodes. I think that finale of Kenobi is top 5. Because
But you haven't seen all of Andor yet.
Yeah, have you gotten to that episode
you
yet?
didn't
No.
kill Anakin.
That is good.
You didn't kill Anakin. I did. Like that, so good. But also makes no sense for the beginning of A New Hope.
Yeah.
Like, how is it gonna be like, oh, you've grown so old since the last time I saw you, and then
He still looks fairly young, and
I mean, sure, but like
Kenobi.
it's more of the impact. It's the same issue that you have with Rogue One because yeah, Daps has issues with Rogue One too, guys.
it's the last 5 minutes.
It's the last 5 minutes.
Actually,
of
it's not
Rogue
even
One.
that. It's the last minute.
Look, the plans went that way because then in Rogue One or in A New Hope, he goes, I have tracked your plans to this ship.
I want the tracking to have more weight to it.
Oh, you want that cat and mouse to have been going on for longer than
Yes.
a minute and a
He
half?
literally,
Yes.
No, he looks out his window and he goes, oh, there they go.
Yeah.
He literally went on USPS and he was like, oh, my package is almost here.
Oh, what about Mandalorian?
Mandalorian season 1.
Yeah, Mando season 1 was really good.
Mando
So my
season 2 and
favorite
3?
though, just to pop in a little bit, is probably, I think, Rebels.
Really?
I really
respect that.
liked Rebels. I would not be surprised if we see some connection to Rebels in the future, just from things we've seen in teasers and whatever. So I'm hoping that maybe even Andor we see something on. I don't know. I'm hoping we see some more crossover with that. But I liked Rebels. I liked I've really been impressed with the animated stuff, mainly because they haven't been tied down by things.
You also can. I was gonna say you also can do more. with
And
animation.
Yeah.
I think without the Clone Wars, I really wouldn't appreciate the prequel series or prequel trilogy
I think that's
as much as I did, because the animated series really filled it out, and I was like, okay, this doesn't seem as crazy and far-fetched as it did when I was watching it the first time, and it just filled in the gaps to make it seem less dramatic.
Maybe we'll get an animated series for the third trilogy.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me. I'm curious what movie gets announced. I think there's going to be a movie that's announced, but yeah, the Clone Wars, like, it starts off a little bit slow, but if you get through that beginning, it gets really good. All right, I think we are running out of time. Where can people find you,
You
Clocky?
can find me on all the social media, most of the social medias. I'm off of one.
A valid one to be
Sent
on.
from Disneyland, and you can find me on all podcast platforms. Just type in "Sent from Disneyland." It'll be my podcast. You can't this logo.
Nobody else does it.
Nobody else does it.
It's true. Do you wanna tease what we have working on?
Yeah,
You want to give a name?
Oof. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, why not?
Oh man, this
Let's
is what an April Fool's.
let's burn our ships.
All right. Daps and I are going to work on something together, looking at older photos of Disneyland, and we're going to call it.
Go ahead.
Katie?
She's not in it.
Do I?
No, you're not in it.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get to say it.
Oh,
Okay.
do you want to say it?
No, go ahead, say it.
The Photo Nicks.
Your podcast.
It'll be fun.
Katie's not movie.
All right,
No
Katie.
girls allowed.
What should we didn't say that? Maybe you'll be a guest. All right, what should people do, Katie?
When you're done crying for me, Argentina, you should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. You should subscribe to our mailing list, and you should go to patreon.com/dapsmagic, where you can go into the comments and tell me how much you support me. We love supporting women here at Daps Magic.
And Bob Selleck. Tom Selleck.
Bob Selleck?
Bob
Does he have a brother too?
Yeah, it's Lars.
Surprise.
Lars Selleck.
Anyway,
Where you can find lots of extra Daps Magic content on Patreon. And we just have a lot of fun over there. So, yeah.
and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a ton of videos going up from here, from Tokyo Disneyland, and very soon we will have 70th anniversary of Disneyland videos going up too, so you won't want to miss any of that. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you around the corner.
Bye.